Hello YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer show, episode 179, and today I'm going to review Golden Axe 1 for the Sega Mega Drive and the Wii Virtual Console. So, let's get started. Okay, that's my camera setup, so let's start this review. Now, Golden Axe 1 is a very good beat-em-up. It's one of my most favourite beat-em-ups of all time. I really enjoyed playing this game when I was a lot younger. It was one of the very first Mega Drive games I ever played. The story for the game, it's pretty basic. There are three characters. Gilius Fundhead, a woman who's some sort of barbarian, and a man who's also a warrior. I can't remember the other two guys' names. These three characters have all had one of their family or friends killed, and they're out for revenge. And the person who's killed their family or friend is a guy called Death Adder, and Death Adder is leading a massive army to try and stop them from getting to him. So these three characters want to get revenge on Death Adder for killing their friends and family. So the story for the game is pretty basic, and it's also pretty good. One moment. Right, I'm back. The multiplayer for this game is also pretty good. You can play one or two players in any level you like. It's sort of like a team up sort of option. There's also a beginner's mode, which lets you play about half the game, which makes the game a little bit easier. The duel mode, you can either fight your friends, or you can either fight a bunch of enemies and see how long you can last. In the options, you can set how much life you start out with. I always pick 5, that's the maximum you can start off with. The minimum is 3. So let's start up a game. I'm going to pick my favourite character, Gilius Fundhead. I like dwarves and he's got a giant axe. Off we go. The controls for this game are pretty simple. B button attacks, A button jumps, press A then B in the air, attack in the air, X does nothing, R does nothing, L does nothing, the Z buttons do nothing, and the arrows do nothing. Today I'm using the classic controller. Right stick does nothing, you have to move with the D-pad. The Y button activates your magic, but you should only use the magic on the bosses, I think, because that's what you need it for. If you can get close to an enemy, you can also throw them. You have a large variety of moves, so it will take a bit of practice to learn the controls. If you double tap the D-pad, then press B, you can do a ramming sort of attack, which is very useful to get across large gaps, because sometimes your jump isn't enough. Oh yeah. Music for this game, I think the music for this game is very good. It's got a nice beat to it and it's quite good. Throughout the game you will see these little guys with bags. They will give you magic and you can use your magic to defeat enemies. Each character has a different spell. Gilius Thunderhead has the power of thunder, obviously with his name. The woman has the power of fire, and if she manages to get a magic level up to the maximum, she gets to summon a massive dragon, so you really don't want to screw with the woman. She's got the best magic in the game. And the male warrior, I think he has the power of water, so he's pretty strong as well. But I always choose Gilius Thunderhead because he has probably the best weapon in the game. As far as I know, this weapon does the most damage. There are also animals in the game that you can ride. You just knock the enemy off and then walk up to them and press B to get on them. Eventually, if too much damage done to the animal will run away because it gets too frightened. That's why it just does. Gameplay for this game. The side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's a very good side-scrolling beat 'em up. The game itself is quite short. It's about 2 to 3 hours long at the most. But it's a good game to play from time to time with your friends. It's a lot of fun. My sister and I used to have a great time with this when we were younger. We still sometimes play it today. It's pretty cheap. It's only 800 Wii points. It's also available on Xbox Live. It's not too expensive there either. Good Spats game. The Good Spats game, the gameplay is very good. Throughout the levels you do find items. You find health, magic, and also sometimes, if you're very lucky, lives. Also, if you manage to score a certain amount of points, you'll get more lives. I think. This is the boss, so I'm going to use my magic. Eat this! Kneel to my power of thunder, bitches! Oh yeah! Want some more? This boss isn't too difficult. The only bit that's hard about him is that there's 2 of him and he's quite big. Hey, watch it! You can hurt someone with that. Oh. When you die, you will get 1... You won't get any magic back. But, yeah. I think there's about 7 stages in the whole game. So the game itself is quite long. At the end of each stage, you get a little mini game where you have to chase after these little goblin creatures to get more magic. And if you already have magic in your inventory, they'll steal what you have and you have to get it all back. If you don't get your magic back fast enough, obviously you lose your magic. And if I really like this game, more of the levels, there's a large variety of stages and a very good variety of different landscapes. Sometimes you're in the forest, sometimes you're on the open plains, sometimes you're in the middle of a village, sometimes you're in the castle. There's a really nice variety of areas to fight in. And if you have a game with the bosses, some of the bosses are really challenging. Although there is a glitch which you can perform to make fighting some bosses easier. This is the glitch right here. I call this the continuous attack. If you stand just far enough away from the enemy and press the B button, you'll constantly spin your axe, sword, or sword to constantly attack the enemy. The enemy won't be able to break free, and 9 times out of 10, you can just keep doing this until they're dead. It's a very weird glitch, but it's very helpful if you can pull it off. And if you have this game with the special moves, the magic, I really liked. Another thing I also liked about this game was the characters. My favourite one definitely has to be the dwarf. My second favourite is probably the male barbarian. I sometimes play as the woman, but only if I want to go for a lot of magic. Because her attack takes quite a while to charge up sometimes. I just love that sound effect. Oh! Another this game with the options. At the beginning of the game, you can even set how much health you have if you want to make the game more difficult for yourself. Although the game is quite hard in the later stages. The duel mode is pretty good. You can either fight your friends or you can fight a large group of enemies and see how long you can survive. This is a different dragon. This one can breathe fire. And he's probably the second best dragon in the game. There is one more dragon which is red, which spits fireballs, which is probably my dragon of choice. Beginner mode is pretty good. It gives the younger player or the experienced player a chance to play the game, but you only get to play a certain portion of the game and you don't always get to finish it. I think you get to go up to about stage 4, so you get to do about half the game. Right, I'll just shove a bit more gameplay YouTube, then I'll go to my complaints. Because I haven't really got much more to say. Generally, this is just a great beat 'em up and I absolutely love it. It's definitely worth buying, definitely worth playing. It's just generally a really good game. Eat magic! The green goblin is one that gives you the food, the blue goblin always gives you magic. Most of the time the green goblin is scarce, so you hardly ever see him throughout the game, so if you manage to see the guy, consider yourself lucky. If you manage to get food off him, consider yourself very lucky, because he tends to be a lot faster than the blue goblin. Anyway, YouTube, that's all the footage I'm going to show. Now to my complaints. Okay, now my complaints about Golden Axe 1. It's very difficult for me to complain about this game because I have such happy memories from it when I was a child. Me and my sister used to love playing this game. We used to play it all day long. But I have managed to find one complaint. When you use your magic spells, you can only use as much as if you've got filled. You can't really gauge how much magic you use, which is a bit of a letdown because sometimes you don't want to use all your magic in one go, you just want to use a little bit of it just to help you out in tight spots. But there is no way to gauge how much magic you want to use, so that's a bit of a letdown. But other than that, Golden Axe 1 is a great game. It's definitely worth buying, it's definitely worth playing. It's just an absolute classic. Do yourself a favour, if you like beat 'em ups, grab a friend, download this game off the Wii Virtual Console and you'll have a blast. It's just a really great classic beat 'em up. I give it a 4 out of 5. My next review will be one of the very first Game Boy Advance games I ever owned. Jurassic Park Park Builder. Until then, bye!